Good morning, fellow researchers. It's March 15th, and I'm still trying to figure out this apparent magnetopause. Some are calling it a magnetopause reversal. I wouldn't really call it a pole reversal, but let me point something out here. Suspicious observer caught this video before all of this data was mysteriously scrubbed by NASA. I can no longer find any information, images, or anything like that about this, what some are calling a reversal. This shield right here, it's on, in this image, it's on the wrong side. Normally, it is on this side. The dot in the center that's half white and half black represents Earth. The white side is facing the sun, dark side is the night side. Now from the solar wind, the shield or sheath is usually on the other side. But during this reversal, which I'm going to try to play now, you see that's how it should be right there. Then it flips. This happened over a course of 30-40 minutes on March 12th. And suspicious observer goes into this in more detail. But what's interesting to note is not only did instrumentation pick it up, but watch, let me play it again. It actually seems that something is pushing back against the solar wind, and it looks like you have particles going from left to right, not right to left as it should be. Now watch when this flips again, and watch the direction of the material. This is the flip. Something's pushing this way. Anyway, it did that for about 30-40 minutes. Alright. Now let me show you something else. I recently made a documentary called The Galactic Day, which goes into what I believe is the true meaning behind 2012 in the Mayan calendar. Some people are associating the March 12th event with a Planet X once again. I pulled this screenshot from my documentary and added some more illustrations to show what I'm talking about. The Mayans were here. Watch my mouse cursor. They were in the 5th age. A great flood took them out. Okay. These cycles are broken up into 6,406 and a quarter years. Going around one time is a galactic day. It's also the precession of the equinox. This is the galactic center. This is Saturn. This is Earth. This is the Sun. Now we're coming into this, what the Mayans called the 6th age. And that is when we will, on December 21st, 2012, we will be right on this line right here. And on April 15th, which we're quickly approaching, Saturn is in opposition to the Sun. Don't know, I'll have to check and and see if it's directly in line with Earth. I think it is. So you have Saturn in opposition, lining up on the dark rift, as I'll show you in a second, with the galactic center, and with this object right here that I'm fixing to show you. Let's take a look at the dark rift for a second, though. Blow this up a little bit. As we orbit around the sun on the ecliptic, this line right here representing the galactic plane. As we go around the sun, we periodically cross the galactic plane. The center of the galactic plane is also known as the dark rift. On December 21st, 2012, what the Mayans were saying is we're supposed to have a special alignment with the center of the galaxy and the dark rift all on the winter solstice. And this only happens once every 5,125 years. Okay. I'll show you another picture of the dark rift. Here's our Milky Way at night. You can go out without a telescope or binoculars in any area of the world that's not light polluted, and view the galaxy for yourself this way. There's the galactic center, there's the dark rift. This is your galactic plane right here. So basically, as we orbit, watch my mouse, over time, it looks sort of like a sine wave, like this. Okay. So as we orbit the sun, and the sun orbits the galactic center, we're slowly coming in and out of this galactic plane. Well, we're going to line up with the galactic plane on the winter solstice, with the galactic center, with Saturn in opposition, or near opposition, on December 21st. Now, on December 21st, Saturn won't be in exact opposition, but that's not my concern right now. I'm going back to the video of the Magnetopause doing what looked like a reversal. I don't like to use the word reversal, but for now that's what we'll refer to it as. Here's another picture of the dark rift. Now let me show you something that kind of occurred to me. The galactic center. This is Google Sky. You know, a lot of people have used this. Here's the galactic center. It's in the near the constellation Scorpio and Epiphycus. Scorpius is right here. Epiphycus is right here. There's your galactic center. This is the equatorial plane. This is the path of the orbits around the sun. This line, this red line right here. This is the galactic plane. This is where the dark rift also lies. Now, this is something interesting. The flip happened the other day, and I thought to myself, okay, I need a reference point. If something was pushing back against the sun in opposition, and if it was outside of our solar system, how could I find out what it was? Well, conveniently, Saturn, which I'm fixing to zoom in on, this little, I think this is a Greek symbol, is for Saturn. This is where it is today, March 15th. Question is, what is this object behind it? Now, I know other people have looked at this and claimed that this is the planet X. I don't think this is planet X. I think this is an unknown deep space object on the galactic plane, or near the galactic plane, and near the galactic center. Could it be a blazar or a pulsar? I don't know. I don't want to speculate at this time. But why is this region of space blacked out? Okay. Saturn is in opposition to us on April 15th. So I'm using that as my reference point. If this is emitting some exotic particles or emitting something that we just don't understand yet, that could be the reason that we've seen the magnetosphere reversal. It may be this object sending out some sort of pulses or radiation or gamma rays or something of the sort, and it may have gotten lucky and hit Earth for 30 minutes. And I think it may have happened again back on March 8th, and I'll have to do some more research on that and find out, unless NASA has scrubbed that data as well. Now I want to use some more resources besides Google Sky to kind of illustrate what I'm trying to say here. Saturn opposition. Every 1 year, well, almost every 1 year. Saturn is at opposition every 1 year and 2 weeks. 378.1 days. So it happens about once a year. It's a yearly occurrence. Here's from Wikipedia, if you want to check this out yourself, showing the location of the galactic center. Let's go over to solar system scope for a second. Alright, here's Earth, Mars, our moon, and Saturn. Now let's look at this for a minute. Now keep in mind, Saturn will be in opposition to Earth and the Sun on April 15th, so I'm using that as my reference point. Let's take this around. Alright, when we look at the magnetosphere, we're seeing particles from the Sun interacting with our magnetosphere. That's where you see the sheath. When you usually look at the graphs of the real-time magnetosphere or the magnetopause, you see that shield, that sheath on the right side with the material blowing from the Sun out towards the outer planets. Okay? And turn this around 180 degrees in opposition. Now, Earth is moving in this direction, from right to left. So, in a month, it will be in opposition with the Sun behind it. Just like that. If you can visualize what I'm saying. Well, let's go to Saturn. Okay, let's assume that it is, well, I'll tell you what, let's just go on to April 15th. Bear with me 1 second. Let's see, April 27th, 23rd. Back it on up to the 15th. And let's see what kind of alignment we have. I've only used solar system scope a few times, so I'm not too familiar with the interface. Here we go, April 15th, 2012. We're focused on Saturn. Spin it around. We should have a direct line of sight. There's Earth. There's the Sun. All in a straight line. This is opposition. Saturn in opposition. Alright, now that you can see that as a fact, consider right now that we're interested in what is directly behind Saturn. Okay. Right now the Earth is slightly off to the right as it rotates from right to left. It will be making an alignment with Saturn on April 15th. So what's behind Saturn? Well, in solar system scope, we can't really go beyond the solar system. So to do that, once again, let's go back to Google Sky. Now I know this is March 15th. But Earth would be about right in the line of sight of this object, whatever it is. I think this is what is making the Sun act up. I think this is the reason that we had the event on March 12th with the magnetopause. And again, I don't only want to rely on Google Sky, so let's go check out what Google Sky has to say and see if it reveals anything. First thing I found interesting was in the zodiac signs. Where Saturn is located, there is this, one second, let it refresh. The H is the symbol for Saturn. You have this winged creature with a tail right here. Alright? I don't get too much into astrology and mythology and all of these signs, but this was drawn for a reason. That looks eerily similar to this beast right here. And again, I don't think this is anywhere in our solar system. I think this is in deep space. Probably near the galactic center. Going back to Google Sky, let's look at this in microwave. Turn the transparency up. Give it a second to update. We may have to go to infrared. Let's get rid of the star signs. Here we go, infrared. Here's your galactic center. This is your dark rift. This bright orange line. Galactic center's here. Here is the ecliptic running this way. And we'll zoom in on Saturn. Your H. Well, once again, right behind Saturn we have this object that is blacked out in Google Sky. Here's where Saturn should be. Directly behind Saturn you have this object. This is where Saturn is right now, March 15th. So I think this is our culprit, guys. I'm going to do some more research into this, and I'm also going to go back to March 8th because I've seen some data that suggested to me that we may have had another reversal or something acting upon our magnetosphere in the opposite direction. I'll say that instead of using the word reversal, because that suggests a pole shift, and that's not what I think happened. I think Earth encountered a force that was strong enough to push back the solar wind and produce the sheath that we saw on the wrong side of the Earth. That's all I really have right now, guys. Like I said, I'm going to do more research into this and see what it reveals, and I would keep your eyes open for the next few weeks and months. Especially keep your eye on the ISWA site. You can find a lot of these links on our website, Planet X Research, Earth Changes and Truth Seekers. Research softwares under the software. All your Soho, stereo, solar links are available here. It's pretty much a one-stop shop to do all of your research. But this site in particular right here, ISWA. In fact, I'm going to bring this up for a second. Here's our current magnetosphere. Again, the sun is on this side. Solar wind is blowing this way, from right to left. And what we saw on the 12th was this sheath, this shield, on the back side. To me, that was not a pole reversal. That was something, that was a force coming from beyond our planet, which I think is the object that we just discussed in Google Sky, and using Saturn as my reference point because it is in opposition in exactly 1 month. It just all lines up too perfectly. But that's all for now, guys, and take this with a grain of salt and do your own research. I'm not really sure what I have stumbled upon yet, but it does look like there's something there. And again, let me say, I do not think that this distant object that we're seeing on Google Sky and Google Sky Map is within our solar system. I think it's in deep space, and I may or may not go into Stellarium after this video and take another look in Stellarium on April 15th and take a peek behind Saturn and see if they have the same area of the sky blacked out as well. If so, I will include it in this video. Thanks, guys, and be safe.